Garua Mishra and I'm from India, and I'm very humbled to be able to share a little bit of my journey with you guys today. Well, I started this business in 2013 when I was just a college graduate and I'd started my job as a system engineer in an MNC. And though I was in a job, I always wanted to do my own business because both my parents were into businesses. But at the age of 7, I lost my father, and due to certain circumstances, my mother had to quit her business and get into a job in the education line. And since then, I have always seen my mother work very, very hard to give the best of everything to me. Having said that, one thing that was always a part of my childhood, I would say, was the lack of time. Because she was working very hard, the only time we used to get is when we used to get into bed. But those times were, I think, the best because we used to discuss our dream life, a beautiful house, a beautiful car, a lot of money so that we could travel the world and we could fulfill every wish that we both had. And, with all those emotions in my heart, life kept moving. But then certain situation happened where I was around 9 or 10 years old and my mother suffered from a stroke. And at that point of time, I could see my grandfather and my aunt, my Masi, struggling a little bit with the finances to settle the hospital bills. Now, it was a private hospital. And that point of time, though I was very young, I understood that, there were some financial issues. And that time I realized and I decided, I didn't understand the value of money at that age, but I understood that I needed to make so much money that my family never needed to compromise because of lack of it. And as and when life went on, I thought the more number of certificates I get or the more number of education degrees that I get, I will be able to make better money in my career. And with that thought, I joined my engineering college and, life went on. But by the time I was in my 3rd and my 4th year, I started realizing I saw a lot of people, a lot of seniors, a lot of family members, in the corporate, into their traditional businesses. And I could not picture myself having that dream life with those options. And I understood that starting my own thing was the only way to fulfill my dreams. Having said that, when I was in my final year, that is when I also met my husband, VC Ravi, and we both always wanted to do big things. So we tried a lot of businesses. I was into freelancing. I also started a textile line and a lot of other things. But none of those businesses actually took off. And when I started my job, I was desperately looking for an opportunity. And that is when actually this business came into our life, I would say like a blessing. And I was a hot zone sign up. I never saw the presentation. My husband Ravi had actually, went in for the presentation by someone who we hardly knew for, 3 months. So when he came back from the presentation and he told me that this business opportunity is in the field of network marketing, I was very excited. Because I knew that networking was, a blooming industry, but I never got a chance to make so much of money. I never saw such a solid compensation plan. And we were so excited. We started searching, what kind of companies are there in Hong Kong, the products and services, the future of network marketing. And we were very, very excited. One thing that I did not know at that point of time was I could also start the business with him. So one amazing thing happened. That within a month of his sign up, he went for his first week on. And I still remember we didn't have money to even buy a SIM card. He borrowed somebody's phone. He called me and he told me that you need to arrange money ASAP so that you can start the business. And I was very excited. Now, excitement on one part, practicality and reality on the other, right? So I had to arrange the funds to start this business. Now, I was 3 months old in the job. I had an education loan of 7.5 lakhs. No bank was coming forward to give me any loan. And at that point of time, people make a name list after they start the business. I made a name list so that I could start this business. And I started calling my friends. I started asking them, money in terms of 10,000 rupees, right? 5,000 rupees. I even came down to a level to ask 100 rupees from people so that I could accumulate the money and I could start my business. And it took me 1 month almost to arrange the funds. And during that time, when everybody said no, 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 I realized one thing, that today, if at that point of time, I could not arrange a couple of lakhs to start my business. How would I ever handle if there is an emergency? How will I ever accumulate enough funds so that I could start another business with a running capital and actually make the amount of money I wanted for my dream life? And I think that was like a fuel, that was like a fire in my heart. And I used to pray to God that God, please help me arrange the funds so that, I can change my life. And by God's grace, somehow, finally, I was able to start off. And when I did, I understood that I have taken a decision backed up by God's will. And this is my responsibility to make this decision right. And when I started this business, I also took an additional decision that for 2 years, I'll not even go home till the point of time I buy the dream house for my mother. And I think it was the most painful yet fruitful 2 years of my life. And after, 2 years, in my third year rather, when I went home, finally, I bought her that house. I cleared off all the loans, right? And then another dream that I had for my mom, I wanted to give her the choice of what she wants to do in her life, because she had always given me that, right? So I asked her, because she was an independent woman, I knew she will never sit at home and just take money from me. So I asked her, what is it that she wants to do, right? And that is when I realized her, interest towards the education line was still intact, and we started a school together after a year. And I think since then, our lives have just changed. Today, my family is extended. I'm married, my mother-in-law, my father-in-law, my siblings. I think more and more dreams have been added. It is not just about the cars or the houses or the assets that we talk about. This business has given me a purpose. It has given me a path so that I could fulfill all the dreams that I always aspired since my childhood. Was it easy? I would not say yes, but it was a beautiful journey. And after starting this business, I think when I got a chance to be a part of the in-service brotherhood, I was able to understand myself better. I became a better person, and it gave me a chance also to, grow in life as a human being. As we all, know about our Rhythm Foundation, in association to that, we have beautiful initiatives started by our uplines, VP Kavita, VP Sachin Bhai, AVP Digi Bhai, and, Ananta, Roti Ghar, and there are so many initiatives. Apart from that, one very important dream for my father, right, that he wanted to educate girl children. And today, by God's grace, I'm able to educate 30 kids in Mumbai. Not only that, I have been able to, help cancer patients with their medical bills, and so on and so forth. And why was I able to do all of this? Because this business taught me, that once I decide that I want to make a change, I am in charge. So it was my responsibility, as I said, that I wanted to make my life different, and I decided, I chose this business, and this business chose me. And that is how this journey unfolded into the most incredible years of my life. So with that, I would like to just share one very simple thing with all of you guys. If through so many situations, I could make it possible, I am living my dream life. I'm still, far off. I'm still working on and on and on. Today, my family can sleep at night without the worry of money. I think that is one of the most incredible gifts this business has given to me. And if it can happen to me, it can happen to you too. So keep dreaming. I wish you all the best in life. May God bless you guys. Thank you so much.